slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million.
Hi everyone, we're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On the sidelines, it's David Aldridge. It's Western Conference against the Eastern Conference here in Minnesota, where the Timberwolves will try to protect home court. And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. Greg, that's some big dough.
Is it ever? It remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
Here's Ware. 5 points in the game. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks. I caught up with Chris Finch. I asked Coach about facing off against Bam Adebayo, and he told me the dangerous thing about Bam is his versatility. He's able to play different roles for his team depending on the matchup. And that versatility makes it difficult to game plan against him. Guys?
Thank you, David. Here's Edwards, and he converts the layup.
Just a ferocious play by Edwards, taking the contact but staying committed to his finish.
Shot's good by Hero.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Pass to Gobert. Poked away. It's stolen by Adebayo. Inside. And Adebayo throws it down.
Don't take your eyes off Bam. When he comes off the floor, he gets up and the slams are just too good to miss.
Count it, good.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Now DiVincenzo, following Alec Burks' three-point attempt. And here we go, fast break. Wiggins has got it. Outside, Hero. Burks in the corner. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
And standing 6'9", Jaden McDaniels possessing tremendous length for a perimeter defender.
Yeah, Kevin, and he can really move his feet, too. Jaden McDaniels is clearly one of the best and most versatile perimeter defenders in the league.
So here's Burks. Anthony Edwards making his last shot. Back to Burks. There's the triple. It's hauled in by Edwards. Timberwolves trail. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. Buries the long-range jumper. DiVincenzo's got 5 now.
Great feed. Edwards has such a complete game. He's much more than just a scorer.
Good on the triple.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Last year, Coach, as you know, the Timberwolves making it to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, that equaled their deepest run in team history, dropping that series to the Mavs. Minnesota has never been to the finals, one of 5 franchises who've yet to get there.
And the defense of the Timberwolves stand as good as it gets.
Well, Kevin, they can compete with anyone when it comes to size, not just up front, but on the wings. They're long and athletic, but it all comes down to execution, and they get it done.
Connects from three-point range.
And how about the confidence of Wiggins? His teammates want him to take those shots.
Pass to Alexander Walker. McDaniels with the ball. Outside Conley. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Well, the Miami Heat have always been in contention, Stan, for the East, and you've worked in the organization. Why is that?
Well, look, Kevin, I'll admit to a bit of a bias here, but they have a great coach, maybe the best in the league. He's been there since 2008. That consistency and continuity really helps, and this team expects themselves to win no matter what they go through.
And great ball handling and control on the move. A couple things that elevate Adebayo as a big man.
Conley lays it up off the glass.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Alexander Walker on the wing. No scoring in this one. In transition, here comes Miami. Count it.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
Well, you expect there to be peaks and valleys, but you've got some excellent scores on both sides.
And the last second attempt doesn't fall. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Heat lead by 4. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
Just stretching out the floor at first. They had the defense scrambling.
Yeah, and when you're hitting threes early, that opens up the floor and really helps your offense.
And that one is good. Alexander Walker's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Timberwolves. Here's Hero. Here's Adebayo. They shoot again. Kicks it out to Hero. There's the screen. Pass to Ware. Launches a 3. Rebound, Minnesota. Hey, Coach, what about Naz Reid after going undrafted back in 2019? He is really showing him, isn't he?
Well, Kevin, what a story. Uncommon skill level for a player of his size. He can shoot the ball. He can handle the ball. He's got a lot in his arsenal.
Shot clock at 3. Alexander Walker. Traps in the tray. Alexander Walker's got the lead up to 1 now for the Timberwolves. Shot's good by Hero.
And savvy play by Hero, using the pull-up jumper to catch the defense off guard.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Now the Timberwolves with it. They trail by 1. Pass to Reed. Miller outside. And here is Conley. Back to Miller. Fires from deep. And Ware pulls it down. And here are the Heat now. Works for 3. He makes that one drop, only a second in 5 tries.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Back to Alexander Walker. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Fires for 3. Ware, no good. And so Miller will bring it up for Minnesota. And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with a statue. And Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And Kevin, well-deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city. Plus, he's already got a street named after him.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thanks. Bam Adebayo talked about how his mentality has evolved over his career and said, shoot the ball. I feel like that's been my evolution. It sounds very simple, but I came into this league as a defender. I feel like the progression's been shoot the ball, worry about everything else later. Kevin?
Certainly, DA is a two-way threat. Now here is Conley from past the arc. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Well, that's a shot you don't mind him taking. Gets a good look and trusts his shot to knock down the 3.
Pass to Adebayo. Stolen by Conley. Fast break. Here we go. Now, here's Clark. Back to Reed. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Up top, Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. Timberwolves trail. Pass to McDaniels. Gobert in the corner. Back to McDaniels. No one near Randall as he lets it go. The Timberwolves again can't hit. To the paint. Here's Ware. Julius Randle with the rebound. Edwards with it. And Burks picks him up defensively. They grab their own miss.
Well, it's so difficult to outsmart Edwards as a defender. He'll just come right into you.
The Timberwolves shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And he knocks down the first one. And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Here's Hero. From the inbound, and Wiggins with the layup. Wiggins has got 5.
And this is why Wiggins has become an efficient scorer, doing a much better job with his shot quality, and loves now to attack inside.
The shot goes in, first of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
Now, here's Adebayo. He has 6.
And And what a dime from Bam. He's really skilled at looking for and finding his teammates.
Here's McDaniels, and he's good on the 3-ball. McDaniels got the lead up to 1 now for the Timberwolves. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Minnesota on top, leading by a point. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. It's Edwards on the wing. And again, Minnesota with the triple. And Greg, you talk about toughness, a compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass. When you have the entire organization and enough players committed to that kind of effort, everyone has to meet that level.
And Edwards slams it in.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
Timberwolves leading by 4. Pass to Randall. Looking for Gobert. He gets it there.
Oh, you got to feel for a guy getting dunked on like that. I mean, he's got no shot to stop that unless maybe he can pick up another foot somewhere.
Drills the 3-pointer. Mitchell's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. It's Randall with the drive, and he finishes nicely on the layup. And the Timberwolves lead by 5.
And when Randall gets rolling on the drive, there's almost no stopping him. His size and athleticism are going to get him to the hoop.
Well, that's the look he wanted, but the defense doing just enough to impact that shot.
Pass to McDaniels. Back to DiVincenzo. From outside, off the mark.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
To the inside. Here's McDaniels. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Now it's a 7-point Minnesota lead.
And Edwards makes so many winning plays, including finding his open teammates.
Miami no good on that time either. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
And team-wide, they've been terrific from the line here. Just one of those nights when the confidence has spread from one player to the next.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Both free throws good from Randall. So, Stan, you can talk about this. We always hear about heat culture, the Miami franchise, from top to bottom. Everybody is all in and focused in one direction, aren't they?
Yeah, Kevin, I think that is the greatest strength the Heat have had as an organization is they are all on the same page. And I think they've done it in large part is they have great continuity. If you just look up and down their staff, guys have been there forever. And that allows them to have a very consistent culture.
And teams have tried to copy that, and it's been very hard, hasn't it?
Well, it's been hard because the part they leave out is the consistency part. You can't build that kind of culture when you're making changes with your coaching staff and your front office every 2 to 3 years.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." And Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Pass to Dillingham. .125 left here in the third quarter. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
It's Jaquez with the drive.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. I don't mean style points. The Heat trail by 9. Down low. Here's Mitchell. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Mitchell's got 5 now.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Pass to Jaquez. At 3 off the mark. And Randall has got the ball here for Minnesota. Here's Dillingham. No good off the front iron. Right side Robinson. Anderson the screen. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Michael Conley picks one up.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
Randall from outside. Rebound by the Heat. Mitchell feeling it out a bit. Robinson for 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Timberwolves lead by 7. And we're coming back in just... The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. The Heat trailed by 7, and there's the foul. It'll go on Joe Ingles. That is his first foul of the game. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Jaquez outside. A 3-ball. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. And it's 7 points for Jaime Jaquez. This one for 3. That one misses. It's Anderson with the drive. Plays it up and banks it in.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Yeah, there's no excuse for giving that up. That's the absolute last thing you want to have. Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense there.
And that's a foul called on Naz Reid. That's his first foul. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Robinson for 3. Hands it from downtown.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
To the middle, and stolen by Love. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat to take the lead. And Duncan Robinson with the 3. Robinson's got 6 in the quarter. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Miami.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight? Just fantastic execution.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Sometimes the action speeds up on you a little too much. Two teammates not on the same wavelength there.
And they are really racking up the assists in this one.
And their team chemistry is evident. These guys enjoy playing with one another.
It's a pick by Love. Lets it go with the three. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
To the left wing. Here's Randall. That one drops for him.
You know, they like Randall to be an offensive presence in the paint. They want him to be an option on every possession.
And the dunk by Love.
My goodness, that is how you attack a bigger defender.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Pass to DiVincenzo. Back to Randall. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Randall's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And you'll never see Randall back down in a big moment. He's looking to be the guy when they need a bucket.
It's Anderson with the drive. And here's Love for three. Another miss by Love.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Pass to DiVincenzo. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. And it's off from three-point range. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Wiggins surveying the floor. With the drive, it's good. Wiggins has got it all tied up now for the Heat.
And flashing some real toughness inside. Wiggins can finish plays that others simply can't.
Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play. So Edwards will go to the free throw line. It's going to go on Alec Burks. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Well, I love how they're attacking the rim. That will usually force defenses to collapse and open up a lot of outside shots.
Here's Burks. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Out to Edwards. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Shot clock at 5. From deep. Out to Edwards. Another shot. It's in!
Wow, these are the moments that Edwards lives for. He is dynamite in the clutch.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
During that break, Eric Spoelstra had some words for his team. Now, he preached the importance of patience down the stretch. Coach said, we're not going to get it all back at once. Let's take it one trip at a time. Make it simple, make it easy. Kevin, back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. Seconds left in the game. Back to Adebayo. It's a pick by Love. Over Randall. Love, no luck. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he does get the second one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
And then foul, trying to extend that game.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock. And the first of two, no good, heartbreaking. And that trip coming up empty, missing both. Burks for three. That one's not going to go. And that's an intentional foul. Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 6-point ball game.
And that'll just about do it. Coming through at the line in a big spot.
There's Hero with the 3. It's off. And so Minnesota